Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, May 26th. The time is 4:51 p.m. and the temperature outside is 23 degrees Celsius. I'm here at Vaughan Metropolitan subway station, which is the northern terminus of Line 1 of the city's subway network. Well, that would be on the university side of Line 1. And I am in the city of Vaughan, which is north of Toronto. And this is my first time ever taking a look around this station. So the plan for this one is to head out and explore around the Vaughan Metropolitan Centre. Just gonna take my mask off. So that there is Highway 7. And this street is Millway. There's a number of different entrances to this station. Perhaps at the end of this walk, I'll end up going into that one. There's a bus heading for downtown Brampton. I have not seen one of those buses before. So I'm currently walking north on Millway. At least I think it's north. I don't quite have my usual bearings up here. And this area has been dubbed to be a future downtown of sorts for the city of Vaughan. There's a lot of towers going in. And apparently by 2031, this whole area will be a sea of large towers. The street here is New Park Place. I've never seen a TTC subway sign so big before. So that subway station opened back in 2017, and that was part of a 6-stop northern extension from the then Downsview station. And it was upon approval of getting the subway extended north that the plan was hatched to turn this area into what they call a downtown. And I think that was back in 2006. One of the defining characteristics of any downtown, at least in my opinion, is the walkability of the area. And upon first look, this area clearly has a long ways to go, but the potential seems to be here. There goes a York Region Transit bus turning down Apple Mill Road. And it's nice to see some bicycle infrastructure in place.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. Come to the next lights, make another left.
So this would be the bus terminal. So let's just take a quick look around the side of here. And the city of Vaughan I'm in is a suburb located to the north of Toronto in York region. York has a number of different cities within it, most notably being Markham and Richmond Hill, Newmarket, and here in Vaughan. There are some other cities like Stouffville, off the top of my head, and Aurora. Here's the bus bays at the terminal.
It is mandatory to wear a Vaughan medical face mask or covering on public transit. North Region Transit and other transit agencies do not guarantee physical distance. For more information, visit boulevard.ca.
And Vaughan itself has a population of just over 300,000. And perhaps it's best known as where Canada's Wonderland, which is North America's busiest seasonal theme park, is located. I think these towers here are called Transit City. I'd imagine things would be a bit busier around here when it's not in the middle of a pandemic. It's kind of a ghost town, and I don't think the subway station I was just at is all that busy. Although I guess that's going to change at some point. The goal for this area is to have over 12,000 residents, or rather residential units, when all is said and done, and about 1.5 million square feet of office space and another 750,000 square feet of retail space. So let's head across Apple Mill Road here. Which perhaps gets its name from the fact that this used to be the village of Edgeley. That's sort of a historic farming community. That building there has Transit City written on it, and there's a large office with KPMG calling home. I know their main office is in downtown. And here we have a former Walmart superstore. Looks like this whole lot is primed for redevelopment. Be a number of different towers here, including one up to 38 stories, served by or owned by Penguin Callaway. I wonder if this Walmart relocated anywhere. Perhaps someone can fill us in the comments on that. I'll admit, I was expecting it to be here and open. So I'll just head over to the next road and then north for a block. Doesn't really make much sense to build your downtown around a suburban style power center anyways. So I think the street coming up is Edgeley. And just south of here, south of Highway 7, which was where I first came out of the station, there's a large entertainment complex and an IKEA. There used to be an AMC 30 there. That closed a while ago, and I'm not sure if anything ever moved in to that spot, as Cineplex Odeon bought out most of the old AMC locations, but there's already a large Cineplex Odeon across the street in the Colossus. There's the Colossus way over there. That used to be a Famous Players, which was a different brand of cinemas till they merged with Cineplex. There's a Dave & Buster's just to the south of here, and a Yuck Yucks Comedy Club. And of course, the IKEA, which we can actually see right now. And just to the south of there, I think is Highway 400, or the 407, which is a toll route. So that would be the southern border of the Vaughan Metro Centre. Then along the west is Highway 400, which you can take up to Cottage Country. And that's where you'll find Canada's Wonderland. And it's bordered by a street just to the north of here. I think the one I'll be turning on. And just east of Jane Street, which we'll be heading over to. There's a Lowe's, which is similar to a Home Depot. So where do these people get their groceries now, if the superstore is closed, or the supercenter? Some might say this is currently the worst of city and suburban living right now. At least until this area gets built out. We live in a small, very expensive condo with almost none of the amenities or walkable neighborhoods of a big city. I'm sure as this gets built in around that, that'll start to change. I think Markham has a similar plan for their city center, and Mississauga has one that's quite developed, although that one is centered around a shopping mall. There's a college campus there as well. So this here is Portage Parkway. Probably come back at some point and do another walk around here. Perhaps I'll include the part south of Highway 7. And that would include the area around IKEA. It just doesn't really look like there's a whole lot to see in that area. Not that there's much to see in this area. There are a number of tall condos north of 600 feet proposed for this area, and some are even under construction right now. Demano Bakery across the street. Security cameras, marketing sign company, a shawarma restaurant, Lash Out by Ashley, and Demano Bakery. And there is no sidewalk on that side of the street. We'll certainly have to improve that at some point. I think the term city center is more fitting than downtown. And downtowns typically are organic. They often started as a hub for industry or some other reason that made them convenient for people to locate. And they grew from there. This is very much a master planned one. I also don't think this kind of downtown will age very well if all the buildings are from the same era. But I don't think modern developers are too concerned with that, or city planners. Register at tctowns.com. So I'll take this street over to Jane Street, which is a fairly major street that runs north and south through Toronto, and then we'll head south down to Highway 7, and then I'll pop back over to the subway station. And there's a look south, back towards the bus terminal. Looks like there's a nice little pathway to walk through there. So these condos aren't quite ready for move-in yet. There's a look south down Millway. With all this scaffolding here, maybe I'll pop over to the north side of the street just for a block or so as I make my way over to Jane. I'm just gonna cross. That light wasn't changing. I'm not sure if that's actually a legal street crossing in the city of Vaughan. I'm also not sure if it's legal for adults to ride their bike on the sidewalk here. There's a new tower going in. And a strip mall on this side of the street with what looks to be some office space up top. So I think one of these condos here is going to be 572 feet tall. I remember reading that stat. And they all seem to have that glass look to them that was popularized in Vancouver by the developer Concord Addicts, and for better or worse made its way over to Toronto. So here is Jane Street. According to the sign, there is no pedestrian access on this side. Hopefully just a temporary thing due to construction. I don't really want to be walking along that anyways. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot to see on Jane. This is a very long light signal. So far, I would say this area is not at all pedestrian friendly. With these large superhighway-like roads like Jade Street here. Some of the roads don't have sidewalks. Could have read half of Moby Dick waiting for this traffic light to change. But here's a bit of color and fun. So this is Jane Street. And where's the sidewalk? There isn't one on that side. What the heck is this? There's a nice pond down there. I think that's the Edgeley pond. And I think they're planning a big park for this spot. So most of the housing in Vaughan is Vaughan is well known for idiots like that driving around, but I was about to say a lot of the housing here are semi-detached homes in your typical cul-de-sac suburban style. I wonder what these people think of the area. They might have moved here about 10 years too early, maybe. Hopefully their property values go up. If you can't tell by my inherent bias, I'm definitely more of a city person. I grew up in the suburbs, so I do have a bit of a soft spot for them. But it's fair to say this isn't exactly my cup of tea. Now we will wait 10 years to cross. Although, might be a neat picture right there. The wide angle. So where exactly is a pedestrian supposed to be right now, heading south on Jane Street? There's nothing but bush on that side and grass on this side. And this would be the terminus of Apple Mill Road. So it would probably be a much nicer experience if I were to continue on west here. But that'll take us back to where I've already been, so let's brave this abomination of a city design here. Like, would it kill them to lay a sidewalk down, at least in the interim? Ooh, there's gonna be a 60-story building going in this lot. Although I guess you could say sidewalk for who? Just me? I don't see anyone else braving these streets on foot. So to the south of here is York University. I'm thinking of doing a video through there soon. In fact, I have my live streaming gear on me. And I might stop there on the way back and stream maybe from one of the stations at the campus down to Finch West. The forecast said it might rain, but we seem to have avoided that. All right, so I'm gonna head over to the subway station and go in that other entrance. Am I gonna get a light here? This is kind of an appropriate picture that sums up this area. We have a light signal. Oh, I gotta move it. That's neat that there's bike lanes here. I'm gonna have to bring the old bicyclette up to this area and record a ride around it. So currently this is the northernmost subway stop in the city of Toronto. And frankly, it should remain that way for quite some time, as there's the Ontario Relief Line to build, which should have priority. And there needs to be better connections to Scarborough and to Etobicoke, which are at least on the drawing table right now. Although there is talk of extending the Yonge Street side of Line 1 north of Finch, and I think that would be a bit of a mistake, as that line can barely handle the traffic that it deals with now, especially around Eglinton Station, where I live. This is kind of a neat view of the city. City in quotation marks. And we've pretty much gone full circle. I do like the subway entrance design. I'm just snapping a few pictures. I almost didn't press the button there. It's kind of ridiculous. You'd have to press a button at such a major intersection just to get the traffic lights. Hopefully that gets rectified. Looks like there's some more bus bays over here. That would be the ZUM, I'm assuming Zoom, Brampton bus. I kind of like this design, how it's integrated in the middle of Highway 7 here. And let me fish out my mask. All right, so let's head into the subway. It says exit only. subway and YRT, which means, or stands for York Rapid Transit. Well, I wouldn't consider a bus to be rapid transit. And on this note, I would like to thank you for watching this. I'm struggling to get some of my words out. Hope you enjoyed this walk through the Vaughan Metropolitan City Centre. A downtown work in progress, you could say. Next train will be on this side. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you'd like to
clear the doors.
Support the channel, there are links to my Patreon in the description, as well as my Instagram account if you want to check that out. And alternatively, you can check out channel memberships on my YouTube page. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. See you later.